Lesson 2, lesson 2, lesson 2, lesson 2, lesson 2. We're making progress. Okay, here we go. Yes, notes, differences, squares. This is lesson 2. This is for Tuesday, March 31st. And these are the characteristics of the difference of squares. Well, first of all, it's got to have even exponents. So like if you had the variable x, you would have a square on it, or you could have to the 4th power, even exponents. What else does it have? Has a minus. I know you're not surprised at that because the lesson indicates it. Difference of squares. Difference means it's going to have a minus. Aha! Perfect square numbers. You know what perfect square numbers are. 1 times 1, 2 times 2 is 4. So I'll write you a little list right here. 1, 4, up, 3 times 3. That is 9. 4 times 4, 16, dot, 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 keeps going. 2 terms. What do you call a problem that has 2 terms? I'm trying not to sound like Mickey Mouse. Okay, did I just call you out, Brooke? Yeah, it came back to me that you said I sound like Mickey Mouse when I teach because I ask the question and then I answer it. What do you call 2 terms? It's a binomial. Ooh, I just called you out in front of the whole world. Ha ha! Let's keep going. Now for an example. So example 1 looks something like this. Okay, hold on just a moment. Oh no! The math lesson continues. Okay, just bear with me for a moment. Okay, maybe that'll work. Okay, example 1. Example 1 is 9x squared minus 4. Now listen here, some of these are going to have GCFs and some of them are not. So example 1 is 9x squared minus 4. I'm going to have to rig this up a little differently the next time I do this lesson. Okay, well, does it have an even exponent? Check. Does it have a minus in the middle? Yes, it does. What about the numbers? 4 and 9. Are they perfect square numbers? Yes, they are. Is it 2 terms? Is it a binomial? Check, 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 check. So if it's all 4 things, then it is called a difference of squares. How do you factor them? Well, it's like this. You open up 2 parentheses. How many parentheses? 2 parentheses. When you get to a number, you take a square root. The square root of 9 is 3. So you put a 3 here, and you put a 3 there. The 9 is done. Go on to the next one. X squared. What does that mean? It means you got 2 x's. So you put one of them over here, and you put the other one over there. Oh, you have a minus in the middle. What does that mean? That means the signs are different. What does that mean? 1 plus, 1 minus. Every time? Yes, every time when you're doing the difference of squares. Oh, you got to another number. How do you do that? Take a square root. The square root of 4 is 2, and you put a 2 here. Now, look, what kind of method could you use to get back to the problem? Yep, it's one of my favorites. It's called the FOIL method. And when you multiply the first ones, you multiply the numbers, you would add the exponents. Okay, any questions about that? Well, let's do another one. This time, I'm going to be a little bit more careful when I erase, okay? So this is example 2. No laughing. Okay, here we go. Example 2 is something like this. 12w squared minus 27. Now I'm going to put a little star beside this because that's how I did it in your homework. If it had a star beside it, then that means look for a GCF first. Aha, here's the trick. So, that was yesterday's lesson. GCF, 2 questions. What's the biggest number that will go into 12 and 27? And then for the variables, what's the smallest exponent? Okay, so what is the biggest number that will go into 12 and 27? I'm going to refresh in your memory. 12 is 3 times 4. 27 is 3 times 9. What number is in both of those? You got it. 3. So that is where this 3 is coming from. And when you do a GCF, you only have one set of parentheses. Now let's check our variables. W to the second power or no W's. Smallest exponent wins. So that's going to be no W's. So you don't write any down. What do you do with that number? Divide it. 3 will go into 12 4 times. Bring down your W squared minus 27. Now, I made a mistake. 3 will go into 27 9 times. Boy, I'm glad I caught that before Luke King did. Aha! Now, look at this. This keeps going. It's a difference of squares. I'm going to go through it kind of fast. Minus sign, check. Perfect square numbers, check, check. Even exponents, check. Got 2 terms. So what you do is you bring down the 3 and you open up 2 more parentheses. What do? You take the square root of the number. So you're going to go 4 is 2 here and a 2 there. Go on to the next one. You got 2 W's. So you put 1 here and 1 there. What about that sign right there? Oh, remember, minus means they're going to be different. So that's a 1 plus and 1 minus. End it with the number. How do you do numbers? Take a square root. So that's a 3 there and a 3 there. And if you wanted to check it, you would distribute this right here, and then you would use the full method. Okay, 1 more, and then I think you'll be ready for your assignment. Okay, example 3. I really need a bigger board. Guess I could order one off of Amazon. Alright, here we go. Example 3. Well, how about this one? This is 144 minus 49x squared. Now, a lot of kids would be so tempted to put that x squared first, but you don't. Okay? You leave it the way it is because you don't want to mess up your minus. The minus must be in the middle, and it is. You check for GCF. What's the biggest number that we're going to 144 and 49? And you know it's 1, and 1 doesn't really count because it's not going to change the problem. So, but in your homework, if there's a GCF, I did put a star beside it so you'd know. Okay, look for GCF. This is straight difference of squares. How many parentheses? That is right. There's 2 parentheses there. When you get to a number, what do? Take a square root. What's the square root of 144? 12. So you put a 12 here and a 12 there. Again, a minus in the middle, which means different. Oh, but what does different mean? 1 plus, 1 minus. Okay, now you're at 49. Again, how do you do numbers? Take a square root. 7 here and a 7 there. The last thing you see is x squared. What does that mean? Got 2 x's. So you put 1 here and 1 there. Now, if you have questions, any comments, or anything that you need, you can text me or you can email me. Now, Luke, I heard that you might be freaking out about turning in your homework. Maybe not freaking out, concerned. So I've decided to try this. First of all, you could email me your answers. Or you can take a picture with your phone and you can text me. Okay, and then we'll work out the kinks later on how to turn in homework, but we're going to try that. When you turn in your homework, make sure you're writing large enough where I can see it. These eyes don't work as good as they used to. Oh, looky here. I have your homework really handy. Right here. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a minute and let you look at that. And I will see you soon. So have a good day.